I'm curious, what would you say the percentage of leads should be for those actual hard work efforts that you talked about, the canvassing, the shows, those in-person events that you're talking about? What percentage of your leads should be those?
Well, in my business, it was about 35%. So that's a third of our leads came from those type of proactive go get type leads. Could be higher, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for a lot of companies, it's zero or it's not. It's next to zero. And again, it takes effort.
And there's a lost art there with it as well. If you're really looking at the industry from a whole, is there's not people to lead those efforts. The last 5 years, everybody's been, I don't want to say, we have been conditioned to say marketing needs to be ramped up online, on social, on everything. We have been kind of conditioned to do that, which there is a very, very large opportunity there, if you can break that code as well. But you hit the nail on the head, is diversify. And then the thing that you said that I absolutely love, Charlie, is challenge yourself to have 20% of your volume in leads, 20%, to be something different than what you did last year. That's called innovating, folks. That's what it is. And the people that can then stay ahead of these trends and quote unquote gamble with 20% are now going to be able to find that next best thing first, and then really be able to capitalize on that, as it matures. So that's an amazing. I think that's some fantastic advice,
Well, that's
right there.
that's it's a game changer, and I know it was a game changer in my business, and I've seen other people that have, and I've had people tell me, "Well, I can't get to 20. I can only get to like 15%."
Yeah.
Okay, that's not a bad thing, right? I mean,
Right.
shoot for 20. If you wind up at 15, that's still a lot better than being at zero, right?
Even if you're at 10, you're still trying, right? You had a bad year of figuring out what would work and what wouldn't work. And then maybe next year it'll be 20, whatever the case may be. But it's about that effort, and it's just the exercise of thinking, what else could we do, right? Not being satisfied. You said it earlier. If you want to level up, you got to get outside your comfort zone in order to level up. And so you're consistent with what you're saying, right? You're saying, okay, level up and try to figure out what that next best thing is. And Charlie's a popular guy. His phone doesn't stop ringing, and but at the end of the day, if we're not able to get outside the comfort zone and find something else that works, then somebody else is, and they're going to beat us to the punch.
In this digital universe that everybody's shooting for, I mean, in my mind, the pie is only so big, right?
Yeah.
The pie is not getting bigger, so the pie is only so big, and people putting all their money into that, they're paying more to get a smaller slice of the pie, because everybody else is doing it. I mean, most of the competitors are doing the same thing, and the universe of that is only so large. But there's all this other potential areas that we can go into, but they're not as easily done, and they take a little bit of time and commitment, and in some cases building a staff and things like that.
Most of the time building a staff and figuring out how to actually do that again, because the customer's changed, right?
Yeah.
What do you see from the customer? The leads are changing, how we get the leads. What do you see is changing from the customer's perspective? And I want to remind people that you're still in the business on a day-to-day with other people, mentoring and coaching a lot of people. And you are a mentor to dozens of leaders within the space. So I just want to remind people of that side of it as well. What do you see from the demands of the customer and that referable end product now?
Well, I think, a lot of people are doing their homework and their research up. That's when they are going online. And if they want to book a lead, if you're not there, you're not going to get noticed. But if you are there, you might get a chance at their lead. But so maybe half dozen of your competitors. But people, I think they want things quicker. They want, companies that are doing like a 2-step sales process, I think, that's hurting them. People want instant, you can pick up your phone and have a pizza pie delivered in 15 minutes. I can have my groceries delivered in an hour, so people are used to getting instantaneous results. And I think when it comes, they want someone to come out and do a quality presentation and give them a price on the spot, give them an opportunity to purchase, emailing, faxing bids, and getting back to people. I'll tell you a little story. This is about 5 years ago. We mystery shopped. I hired some friends of mine to mystery shop about a dozen of my competitors. And I gave them a whole list of questions, and I wanted to learn about the appointment setting process and then the actual in-home appointment and everything. And what we found out that out of a dozen companies, only two of the companies that showed up actually appeared to have like a sales process or a sales methodology. The
Wow.
other 10 companies were just, they're kind of winging it. They had no prep process. They really had no needs assessment questions. They never even asked the customer, why they were interested in replacing their windows. They just kind of, I guess, assumed the customer had their own reasons and that was their business.
Yeah.
Only one company out of 12 actually brought a sample into the home. Only one company out of 12 actually did a heat lamp demo and explained, the energy efficiency and the savings of a high quality, low E type glazing package. But I mean, it was just amazing the lack of professionalism. And at least 3 or 4 of those companies, the homeowners still waiting for them to get back with a bid. 2 or 3 of them actually left a brochure. So there is a tremendous lack of professionalism in our industry. The barriers to entry are very low, and there's new people getting into business every day. So if we're at the top of our game, we have a sales process that we teach and train and then hold people accountable to. We do the full process. We find out the reasons why customers are interested. We do the good needs analysis. We do the good walk around inspection. I mean, all the fundamental stuff. And then we provide a price on the spot and incentivize the customer, to make a purchase that day. But for the most part, it's just not happening. Now they're not the Power 100 companies, but the Power 100 company wouldn't be in the Power 100 if they weren't doing the right things. But it's just amazing the lack of professionalism that exists on a large scale in our industry. So if you just do most of the things right, you're going to have some degree of success. The more you focus on it, I believe, the higher the level of success you'll have. And at some point, you can build a company and processes that are scalable, repeatable, and that's how you grow the business.